After 65, no one warned you. Texto principle, this changes your body fast. Did you ever wake up one morning after 65 and feel that your body wasn't exactly broken, just quietly different, weaker, slower, less reliable, and no one had ever prepared you for that? I remember that morning clearly. I sat on the edge of the bed, feet on the floor, and waited a few seconds before standing up. Not because I was tired, because my legs didn't feel ready. They felt heavy, almost disconnected, like the signal from my brain was arriving late. That moment scared me more than pain ever could. Pain at least has a reason. This felt like something slipping away without making noise. No doctor had warned me. No article had explained it. People just say, "That's age." But deep down I knew this wasn't normal aging. It was functional decline. Subtle, invisible. The kind that steals confidence before it steals movement. I wasn't sick. I wasn't injured. I was still walking every day, still doing what everyone says you should do after retirement. And yet, every morning felt harder. My balance felt off when I walked to the kitchen. My posture collapsed before breakfast. Even standing at the sink, I felt less stable than I used to. That's when the fear crept in. Not fear of disease, but fear of dependence. Because once mornings get harder, days follow. And when days get harder, life shrinks. What shocked me most was realizing how many people my age feel this exact thing, but never talk about it. The stiff ankles, the slow circulation, the hesitation before standing, the quiet thought, what if I fall? No one tells you that after 65, mornings are where independence is either protected or quietly lost. That morning changed how I looked at my body. I stopped asking, am I healthy, and started asking, am I still functional? Can I stand, walk, turn, balance, and trust my legs, especially when the day begins? And that question led me to something unexpected. Not a workout, not medication, not walking more. It started with what I did in the first minutes after waking up. Something so simple, so ignored, that I almost dismissed it completely. That decision is where everything began to shift. Before we move forward, I want to pause for just a moment, because what you're doing right now matters more than most people realize. If this story feels familiar, if you've ever noticed that quiet hesitation in the morning, or that subtle loss of confidence in your legs, don't keep it to yourself. Leave a comment below and tell me, what is the hardest part of your mornings now? Is it getting out of bed? Standing up? Feeling steady when you walk? Your answer helps this video reach people who feel exactly the same, but think they're alone. And if this perspective is already changing how you see your body after 65, take 1 second to like this video. That simple action tells the platform that this kind of functional, real-life information matters more than empty fitness advice. Make sure you're subscribed too, not because of me, but because everything we talk about here is designed to protect your mobility, your balance, and your independence while you still have time to act. Now, in the next part, I'm going to explain why mornings suddenly become harder after 65, and why most people completely misunderstand what's actually happening inside their body when they wake up. For a long time, I told myself nothing was really wrong. I blamed age. I blamed sleep. I blamed stiffness that would work itself out. But mornings kept exposing the truth. Every single day, my body felt less cooperative right after waking up. Not painful, just unresponsive, like an engine that needed more than a key turn. What I didn't understand back then is that after 65, the body doesn't wake up the same way anymore. Circulation slows overnight. The nervous system stays quiet longer. The muscles that protect balance and posture don't automatically switch on. So when you stand up too quickly, your legs feel heavy. Your steps feel uncertain. Your confidence drops before breakfast. I noticed it first in small moments. Standing at the sink felt tiring. Turning too fast made me hesitate. I would pause before walking, almost checking if my legs were on line. That pause was new and deeply unsettling. I wasn't weak, but I wasn't ready either. What fooled me was that walking still felt possible later in the day. By mid-morning, I could move better. That made me think mornings didn't matter. But the truth is, mornings matter the most. They reveal what's actually declining beneath the surface: circulation to the legs, balance signals from the feet, and the communication between brain and body. No one explains that the morning is when falls happen more often, when confidence is lowest, when instability quietly trains fear into your movements. I started avoiding quick turns. I walked more cautiously. Without realizing it, I was shrinking my world. Here's what really shocked me. Doing nothing in the morning sends a message to the body. You're not needed yet, and the body listens. Muscles stay inactive. Balance stays asleep. Circulation stays shallow. That's not aging. That's a missed signal. I wasn't sick. I wasn't injured. I was just starting my day in a way that allowed decline to grow silently. And once I saw that, I couldn't unsee it. That's when I realized the problem wasn't that I was getting older. The problem was what I was doing, or not doing, and right after I woke up. And that led me to confront a mistake I had been making every single morning, convinced I was doing the right thing. For years, my routine felt responsible. I would wake up, get dressed, and go for a walk. Everyone says walking is the best thing after 60. Doctors mention it. Friends recommend it. So I trusted it. I thought that as long as I was walking, I was protecting my body. But something didn't add up. Even though I walked regularly, my mornings were still unstable. My legs still felt heavy at first, my balance didn't feel sharp. And the strange part was this: walking never fixed how I felt when I stood up from bed or from a chair. It only helped after my body had already warmed up. That's when it hit me. Walking starts too late. Walking assumes your body is already awake, already stable, already coordinated. But after 65, that's exactly what's missing in the morning. Walking doesn't activate the deep muscles that protect balance. It doesn't wake up the small stabilizers in the ankles and hips, and it doesn't reconnect the brain to the legs when circulation is still slow. I realized I was skipping the most important moment of the day, the transition from rest to movement. I was asking my body to perform before it was prepared, and every morning I did that, I reinforced hesitation instead of control. Even worse, walking made me feel like I was done. I thought, I walked, so I've taken care of myself. But deep down, the fear stayed. The fear of falling. The fear of losing independence. Walking never touched that fear because it never trained stability or confidence when I needed it most. That's when I understood something uncomfortable. I wasn't failing because I was inactive. I was failing because I was activating the wrong thing at the wrong time. And once I saw that, everything changed. I stopped looking for something harder. I started looking for something earlier, something that spoke directly to circulation, balance and control before the day even began. That search led me to a small change I almost ignored. It looked too simple, too gentle, too easy to matter. But that one decision, made right after waking up, quietly changed how my body felt for the rest of the day. What surprised me most wasn't what I added to my morning. It was what I stopped ignoring. I stopped rushing my body. I stopped assuming it would catch up. Instead, I gave it a signal, a very specific one, in the first minutes after waking up. I didn't start exercising harder. I didn't stretch aggressively. I didn't walk more. I simply began activating my body before asking it to perform. Right after getting out of bed, I stayed close to where I woke up. No equipment, no strain. I focused on waking up circulation in my legs, reconnecting my feet to the floor, and reminding my balance system that it was needed again. It felt almost too basic to matter. Slow movements, controlled shifts, awareness instead of effort. At first, nothing dramatic happened. No sweat, no soreness. But something subtle changed. My feet felt warmer. My legs felt more present. When I stood up, there was less hesitation, less of that moment where you wait and hope your body cooperates. Here's the part no one talks about. After 65, your body responds more to signals than to force. The nervous system needs reassurance before strength. Balance needs activation before motion. Circulation needs direction before distance. And none of that comes from jumping straight into walking. Within days, I noticed I wasn't gripping furniture as much. I wasn't bracing myself mentally before standing. My posture felt taller earlier in the day. Those changes didn't come from effort, they came from timing. What made this so powerful was consistency. The same small habit every morning before breakfast, before distractions. It didn't exhaust me, it prepared me, and that preparation carried into everything else. Walking, chores, even standing. For long periods, the biggest shift wasn't physical, it was emotional. I felt in control again. Mornings stopped feeling like a test. They became a reset, a reminder that my body still listens when I speak to it the right way. That's when I knew this wasn't just a routine, it was protection. Protection against falls, against hesitation, against the quiet fear that creeps in when you stop trusting your legs. And once that trust started coming back, the changes didn't stop there. Over the next few weeks, my body began responding in ways I didn't expect at all. The real proof didn't come on the first day. It came quietly, week by week, in moments I wasn't even looking for. One morning, I stood up and realized I hadn't paused. No mental checklist, no testing my legs. I just stood. That's when I knew something was different. After a couple of weeks, my legs didn't feel heavy in the mornings anymore. That deep, dull sensation, like my lower body was lagging behind my brain, started, fading. Circulation felt more consistent. My feet warmed up faster, and that strange stiffness that used to define my first steps of the day stopped being the default. What surprised me most was my balance. I hadn't been training balance aggressively, yet I felt steadier. Turning in the kitchen felt natural again. Walking didn't require the same level of focus or caution. I wasn't afraid of sudden movements the way I had been before. That fear had been shaping how I moved more than I realized. Another unexpected change was fatigue. I used to feel drained early, even on calm days, but as my mornings became more organized inside my body, my energy stopped leaking away. I wasn't stronger in a gym sense. I was more efficient. My movements cost less effort. Emotionally, this mattered even more. The fear of falling had been quiet, but constant. Once my body started responding again in the morning, that fear loosened its grip. Confidence came back in small ways, standing longer, walking, without planning each step, trusting my legs to catch me if I stumbled. Nothing about this felt extreme, no soreness, no recovery needed. That's how I knew it was sustainable. It fit my age, my body, my reality. It didn't fight aging, it worked with it. What became clear is this: after 65, progress doesn't announce itself loudly. It shows up as stability, as ease, as the absence of hesitation. And once those things return, you realize how much you were compensating before. That realization led to a hard truth I wish I had understood earlier, something most people don't grasp until independence is already slipping. This was the hardest realization for me to accept. For years, I believed that as long as I kept walking, I was doing my part. Walking felt safe, familiar, socially approved. But once my mornings changed, I saw the truth clearly. Walking had never trained what I was actually losing. Walking doesn't teach your body how to catch itself. It doesn't wake up the stabilizing muscles that protect your ankles and hips. It doesn't sharpen balance when the nervous system is slow. After 65, those are the systems that quietly fade first. I realized that walking is repetitive, predictable. Your body learns to coast through it. The same stride, the same rhythm, the same muscles doing most of the work while others slowly fall asleep. And when those forgotten muscles weaken, that's when falls happen. Not during long walks, but during simple moments. Turning, standing, reaching, stepping wrong. That's what scared me. Most falls don't happen because people are inactive. They happen because the body isn't prepared for the unexpected. I had been walking past the problem every day. What walking gave me was endurance. What it never gave me was control. It didn't teach my body how to stabilize when I lost balance. It didn't train confidence in my first steps of the day. And it certainly didn't protect my independence the way I thought it did. Once I felt what true morning activation did for my balance and circulation, walking became something different. It stopped being my foundation and became just one small part of my day. Supportive, but not sufficient. That's when I understood something important. Aging well isn't about doing more. It's about doing what your body actually needs now. And after 65, what your body needs most is stability, circulation, and trust in movement. Walking alone can't give you that. And that's why the habit I follow now isn't about exercise at all. It's about protection. Protection of my balance, my confidence, my ability to live independently for as long as possible. That habit became non-negotiable for me. And if I had understood its importance earlier, I would have started years ago. Today my mornings look completely different. Not dramatic, not intense, just intentional. Before the day asks anything of my body, I prepare it. I give it direction instead of pressure. And that one habit has become my insurance. Policy against decline. What I protect now isn't strength in the traditional sense. I protect readiness. My circulation wakes up before I move far. My balance system gets a signal before I turn quickly. My posture organizes itself before gravity starts pulling me forward for the rest of the day. That preparation changes everything that follows. I've learned that after 65, the body doesn't respond well to being surprised. Sudden effort, rushed movement, skipping that transition from rest to motion. That's where instability sneaks in. My morning habit removes the surprise. It tells my body, "You're needed today. Pay attention." The result is subtle, but powerful. I move with less caution. I don't brace myself mentally before standing. I don't map out my steps the way I used to. That constant background fear, the fear of falling, of being embarrassed, of needing help, it no longer runs the show. What I wish I had known earlier is this. Independence isn't lost in big moments. It's lost in small daily signals. When you stop asking your body to balance, when you stop reminding it to stabilize, when you assume walking alone will handle everything. This habit doesn't fight aging. It slows decline by respecting how the body actually works now. It's why I still walk confidently, why I feel steady in unfamiliar places, why my mornings no longer decide whether the rest of the day will feel limited. If I had started this years earlier, I would have saved myself a lot of quiet, fear. But starting now still changed my future. And that's the part that matters, because aging well isn't about adding years. It's about protecting the ability to live those years on your own terms, standing, walking, turning, and trusting your body when no one is watching. If you stayed with me until now, it tells me something important. You care about your independence, your balance, and your ability to keep living on your own terms. And that already puts you ahead of most people. If this video helped you see your mornings differently, do 3 simple things right now. First, subscribe to the channel. Everything I share here is focused on circulation, balance, stability, and real-life mobility after 65. Not trends, not fitness for young bodies. Just what actually helps you stay functional. Second, leave a like. It may seem small, but it helps this message reach other people who wake up every morning feeling the same quiet fear you once felt. And third, leave a comment and write this exact phrase, "I choose to protect my mornings." That comment isn't for me, it's a commitment to yourself. Now, on your screen, you'll see another video that continues this conversation and goes deeper into protecting your body as you age. Click it and keep going. Your future self will thank you for staying curious, aware, and proactive.